faith was the best medicine for my depression. I grew up in a broken home, one filled with hunger, fear, and pain. My father was an alcoholic, violent, and unpredictable. When I was just 12 years old, he did the unimaginable. He abused me in ways that left scars on my soul. We often didn't have a roof over our heads, food to eat, or even basic clothing. Life was a daily struggle. School was my only refuge, a place where for a few fleeting hours I felt like a normal child. But even that was often interrupted by the chaos of my life. At 16, I thought I had found an escape. I got married, but in truth, I was running away from my father, from my home, from my pain. My husband, however, turned out to be no better. He was abusive, cruel, and controlling. The beatings and insults became my new reality. By the time I was 19, I had 2 young children and a broken spirit. Then he abandoned us. The landlord kicked us out, and I was left with nothing but despair. I remember holding my 2 little children, walking to a bridge, and feeling the weight of everything crushing me. I couldn't see a way out. I wanted to end it all, end the suffering, the shame, the hopelessness. But in that dark moment, something stopped me. I believe it was God, though at the time I didn't even know him. With nowhere else to go, I turned to an aunt I hadn't seen in over a decade. I wasn't sure if she would help us, but she did. She welcomed us into her small home and, out of her tiny pension, gave us everything we needed. She was a kind and faithful Christian, and through her love, I found a glimmer of stability. I went back to school, graduated, and even found a good job. From the outside, it looked like I was rebuilding my life, but inside, I was crumbling. Depression was a shadow that never left me. The trauma of my past haunted me, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't escape it. I attempted suicide several times, cutting my wrists, taking pills, because I couldn't see any other way to silence the pain. For 2 years, I was in and out of psychiatric hospitals, trying every treatment they offered. The medications dulled my mind, but as soon as the fog lifted, the suicidal thoughts came rushing back. One day, my aunt took me to see a psychologist from her church. I sat in his office, barely able to speak, and after 2 sessions, he told me something that shook me to my core. "I can't help you," he said. "Only Jesus can heal what is so deeply broken in you." I left that session stunned, confused, and desperate. I wanted to believe him, but I didn't know how. I wanted so badly to heal, to be a good mother to my children, to finally leave my past behind. The first time I went to church with my aunt, I felt completely out of place. I didn't understand the songs, the prayers, or the words being spoken. But then, at the end of the service, the pastor talked about becoming a new creation, about being born again. His words pierced my heart. It was exactly what I needed, a fresh start, a way to erase the pain and shame of my past. That night, I went home and cried out to Jesus with everything in me. "If you're real, if you exist, make me new. Take away this pain and give me a new life." And something incredible happened. For the first time in my life, I felt peace, a deep, overwhelming peace. I felt safe, loved, protected. For the first time ever, I felt free. From that moment on, my life changed. I never took psychiatric medication again, and I never struggled with suicidal thoughts. God didn't just heal my mind, He healed my soul. Today, 5 years later, I run my own law firm. I use my pain and my story to help other women and girls escape abuse and violence, just like I did. I want the world to know that no matter how broken you feel, no matter how dark your past is, there is hope, there is healing, and His name is Jesus.